Hey guys, it's Lauren and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is just a story video, I guess, and I'm just going to be telling you guys about one of the toughest things I've ever had to deal with in my 19 years of life. I'm hoping this will give you a bit more insight to the person that I am. I don't really want any sympathy or anything like that. I'm just telling you guys something that I've been through and how I've dealt with it, and if you're going through the same thing or you know someone that's going through the same thing, then maybe I'd be able to help them. So if you like this video, can you give it a big thumbs up? Also, don't forget to comment, share and subscribe, and my social media links will be in the down bar below. And I thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me today. So I guess I don't know how to start this. It was 2011. I was in year 10 at high school. I had a job, I was getting money. Life was pretty sweet, I guess. In October 2011, I just started not feeling very well in myself. I started gaining weight even though I wasn't eating. I completely lost my appetite. I had nosebleeds that pretty much became a daily thing in my routine, and I had really bad joint pain. I was bruising easily, and my eyes turned yellow because my liver wasn't functioning very well. So my mum sent me for a blood test on Wednesday the 16th of November, and they said that it'd be a few days before I got the results back. I was actually quite looking forward to the Friday after this because it was my brother's 18th birthday, and then it was my year 10 formal on the Saturday after my brother's birthday. So I was pretty excited for those couple of events that were coming up, and it was then Friday, and I got a phone call from my local GP saying that I had to go down there and see him, thinking that I just had to get antibiotics because I had an infection or something. I didn't really hesitate, and I went to walk out the door to start walking down to see him, and my mum showed up, and I didn't know why. Like, my mum was supposed to be working, and it must be more than an infection if my mum's here. So we went down and we sat in the waiting room and we're waiting for our turn. And then we got called into his office, and he sat us down, showed us the blood work, and I didn't know what I was looking at. I'm not a doctor. He then went on to tell me that I had a form of cancer called leukemia. And he told me that I'd had to go home and pack because I had to go stay down at one of the biggest hospitals in, I guess, New South Wales. And he said to me that he didn't know when I'd be back. So I had to prepare myself for a long stay. So I rang my dad, and I told my dad after I found out, and just told him what was happening. And me and my mum, we went home and we packed some stuff, and then we headed down to Newcastle to stay at the John Hunter. And I was ringing everyone on the way down. I had to cancel my hair appointment for the Saturday. I had to call my school and tell them. I had to call work and had to tell them that I wouldn't be in. And got down at the John Hunter, and my oncologist came to see me and told me that testing and everything would start on Monday. We don't have theatres open over the weekend unless it's an emergency. So kind of annoyed at that because I was thinking, well, if you guys aren't going to do anything until the Monday, I It's like, can you guys let me go home and go to my formal? But it wasn't an option, and I was quite annoyed with that. But I guess I was in the best place that I could be. But yeah, they came around on the Monday and they just told me like what it was and how they were going to treat it. And I mean, I guess I took it like a champ. I mean, I don't think it really hit me until about a week after I got diagnosed that I was actually sick. Like, I was that sick. Yeah, they did a lot of testing on the Monday. They did lumbar punctures and bone marrows, and yeah, I was confined to my hospital room for 2 weeks, which was hard because I hate being confined into a room. I was so thankful that after the 2 weeks of being in there, I was allowed out, and I was allowed to go down and stay at Ronald McDonald House with my mum. But yeah, I think things just, like, even though I was in a really bad position, like I was in a really bad, like I was there for a really bad reason, things just seemed to get better. And I don't know how you would describe it, but I mean, me and my mum, we got a really, really close bond, a bond that we've never had before when we were living down there. And I mean, we had a really weird sleeping pattern. Like, we'd get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and just go for a walk through the car park because we couldn't sleep, and I'd cook food but wouldn't eat it. We were just really weird. Like, sometimes if we were that bored and we couldn't sleep, we'd actually go down to the foreshore and, you know, just listen to the ocean, I guess. And yeah, it wasn't a short time after I got diagnosed, my uncle actually passed away, and that made this whole experience a little bit hard for a while, because all my family lives over in the UK, so I never got a chance to, you know, have a proper goodbye. I was put on intensive chemo for 2 years, and yeah, I was pretty much in and out of hospital all the time. And in 2013, I went down to Sydney with my year 12 year, because I was in year 12 at the time, and I had a ball down there. That was probably one of the best school trips I've ever been on. I actually climbed the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and after climbing it, I had like extreme, like really, really bad leg pain, and like one of the first things that I thought was, crap, like my cancer's back. Because I did go into remission shortly after being diagnosed. But I mean, we weren't going to be in Sydney for much longer after this, and so I made an appointment to go see an orthopedic surgeon, like an orthopedic doctor, and I told him about the pain, and he ordered x-rays, and he found that I had a condition called narcosis, which is just where the bones in my hips are collapsing. He told me that it was from the steroids that I was on through treatment, because I got put on steroids throughout my treatment because they'd found that the proteins or whatever is in the steroids helps with beating cancer. I was upset that my body was, like, I just felt like my body was completely giving up on me, and he said that it can be treated. So what he wanted to do was he wanted to give me like a calcium infusion, which is called promigenate, yeah, and it's just like really hardcore calcium. And he said that once I have it, I've got to be in a wheelchair for 3 months, which I wasn't happy about. I mean, what teenager wants to be in a wheelchair? The orthopedic doctor tried this calcium infusion, and it only relieved the pain for a little bit, and then the pain just kept getting worse and worse. So he referred me to another doctor in Sydney just last year, and my doctor in Sydney said that I needed to get a hip replacement done. Like both hips needed to be replaced because they were just that badly damaged that nothing was going to fix them except this. So I went in and I got my first hip replaced on the 17th of September last year. I do have a photo on my phone, and that's what it looks like. That's my new hip, and that's what my old hip looks like. Like that's the one that still needs fixing. But I got my left hip replaced on the 17th of September last year, and I'm getting my right one done on the 21st of April this year, and I'm really looking forward to getting it done. I was told by my surgeon that I'd actually made my hips worse, because I went to the States on the 1st of May last year, and I went for 6 weeks. And while I was there with my parents and my brother, we did a lot of walking, and he said that probably doing all that walking and being on all those flights and sitting down for all that period of time would have damaged my hips even more. But it was, at the time it just felt like I couldn't just say no. Like I wanted to go, I just couldn't say like, Mum, no, I'm not coming to America with you. But yes, I'm really excited to get my next hip done, and yeah. So I honestly, I feel like I've dealt with this whole situation pretty well. Like 4-year anniversary in November this year. I really can't believe it's been almost 4 years since I got diagnosed. It doesn't even feel like it's happened. It's weird to say. I guess I feel really blessed though too, because it changed me as a person. Like before all this happened, I wasn't as mature as I am now, and I was just a very, very angry person, and something like this happened to me. It hit home, and I just realised like I can't live my life like that anymore. Because it can get taken away from me in a matter of seconds. And I met so many amazing families down there, and they'll always be my family. Like my mum says, like it's obviously fate that's brought us together, and it's a horrible kind of fate that's happened because all the kids have cancer, but in a happy way. I'm glad that fate decided to deal my family this card, because I wouldn't have met these beautiful families that are so near and dear to my heart. And yeah, I think I've dealt with it pretty well. Like I have been diagnosed with severe depression and anxiety as well. If I'm ever feeling down, I listen to music. I go on YouTube and I watch my favourite YouTubers. Whenever I'm feeling anxious, I go on and I watch another one of my favourite YouTubers. Her name's Zoella. She's got anxiety as well, and I look up to her because she's managed to do all that she's done while, dealing with anxiety and always having like panic attacks. And she's amazing. Like I look up to her so much. I look very differently to life because I know that there's a lot more than just, worrying about how many friends you have or what colour your hair is or how much money you've got in your bank account, because at the end of the day, none of that really matters. Like the fact that you're walking on this earth and you're living is worth a hell of a lot more than anything else that you worry about. Like I plan on keeping this disease out of my body because I want to make my footprint on this earth, and I want to have something to leave behind for my kids to be proud of. If any of you guys are going through a hard time, I think you guys have just got to you just gotta realise, you just gotta think to yourself, like, there's no, like, being popular is not important, or I shouldn't care about what I look like, and I shouldn't care about what people have to say about me, because you're not living their life, you're living your life. And I mean, nobody's perfect. You've got to live this life and make yourself proud, and there are going to be people there that are going to want to knock you down and push you away and, like, judge you and bully you throughout your life. But you have just got to keep your head up, and you've just got to realise that they're just words. Like, if someone says something nasty about you, they are just words, and they don't mean anything. Like, people are going to judge you all the time. You walk down the street tomorrow, and I can guarantee you 10 people that walk by you will probably judge you. And it could be because of the hair colour you have, it could be because of the clothes you wear, or because you've got tattoos, or because you've got piercings, or because you've got a kid, or whatever. Like, everyone's going to have an opinion on you, and some people don't say it out loud, and I mean, some people do, but they know nothing else but misery, and making other people feel miserable makes them feel better, which I don't understand. Like, but if you're happy with your life, keep doing it. Like, you can be anything. I never ever thought in my life I would make YouTube videos, and I mean, if I don't get 1 million subscribers or anything, like, if I just get a couple of hundred, and I mean, those couple of hundred people like my videos, like, I mean, if I become famous from doing this, like a really well-known YouTuber for doing this, and that's great. But if I don't, that's great as well, because I mean, as I said, I didn't really intend on doing this. I just found that this helped me with my depression and stuff, because I know it's weird to say, but talking to myself, well, I'm not really talking to myself, I'm talking to you guys, but talking to a camera makes me feel so much better about myself. Like, I just don't feel sad anymore. And I think you just gotta find something that makes you happy, and whether that's going to school and, you know, doing schoolwork, or going to work and getting money, or hanging out with friends, or whatever you do, even if you write in a journal, like write about your day in a diary or whatever, like, whatever makes you happy, you've got to do it. And I mean, making these videos for you guys to watch makes me happy, and I don't really know what else to say, because I mean, everyone deals with everything in a different way. But if I could give any advice at all, I would say that you only get one life. You only get one life. So my advice to you is, a life worth living is a life worth living right. I live by that saying. If you want a life that's, you know, worth living, you've got to live it in the right way. You've got to do things that are going to push your physical boundaries. You're going to have to do those adrenaline fixes. You're going to have to, you know, you're just going to have to live life to the max. I don't want to be sitting around in self-pity, and I mean, I know it's hard sometimes, especially with being a person with depression, but there's always a brighter day. There always is going to be a brighter day. As I think it was Hannah Montana, as Hannah Montana once said, life's what you make it. Why am I using a Hannah Montana reference? I don't know, but life is what you make it. So make it the best you can be. I mean, I thank my body so much for giving me cancer, because I wouldn't have had the experience and met the people that I have if I didn't have cancer. So many side effects have come about since having it. I wouldn't change having cancer for the world. it's only made me a better person. Just do it. Because there is always something that can make you feel better. Trust me. I sing all the time. I'm a terrible singer, but I sing all the time because it makes me happy. But I mean, making these videos makes me happy too. And so guys, that was my video on, the toughest thing that I've had to deal with in my life so far. I'm pretty sure that I did cover everything in it, and I tried to give like some advice, and I hope some of that advice helps somebody, like one of you guys watching this video. I hope it helps one of you. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want some more videos like this on me giving you guys advice and me guys helping you out with dealing with these bad feelings, then just leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I will think of something to help you guys through that. Also, don't forget to comment, share and subscribe, and I will leave my social media links in the down bar below for my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Snapchat. And I thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me today, and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye! I know everything about technology, but I want to show you guys a video of me walking the day after my operation, after I got my left hip replaced. Excuse me for looking so disgusting in this video too.
You're on camera. Good.
Yeah, that was the video of me walking the day after my operation. They don't muck around these days, they get you out of bed straight away. So yeah, I don't know what it's going to be like this time, because now I'm going to have 2 foreign objects in my body. But you guys can keep up to date with me on my Facebook page. So yeah, when in doubt, peace and power.